Greetings, parents and guardians. My name is Karen Yonko, and I am your child's anatomy teacher for this year. I want to take a few moments to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to view my expectations for anatomy this year. I know this year will bring many challenges with this hybrid model, but I am sure that it'll be a really successful year. So let's take some time to look at some of the topics that will be covered in anatomy this year. Here are the lists of units that we will be studying in anatomy this year. When this class was created, it was created so the students can get an introduction to anatomy. So in Unit 1, we'll look at anatomical terminology like relative position. We'll also look at body regions, and we'll take a look at homeostasis. That's how the body controls itself, like how is your blood sugar regulated or how is your blood pressure regulated. In Unit 2, which seems to be one of the favorites for the students, we'll look at the skeletal system. In this unit, I have 6 disarticulated skeletons that the students will actually learn the names for each of the bones and the parts of the bones. It's a very hands-on unit. In Unit 3, students will study the muscular system. In this unit, we will dissect the bullfrog, and we'll look at the muscles in the forelimbs, hind limbs, and the abdomen of the bullfrog and compare them to the human system. The cardiovascular system is probably one of the most important units because many of us know somebody who has issues with their cardiovascular system, whether they've experienced a heart attack or they have high blood pressure. I think the cardiovascular system is probably one of the most important units of study for this year. And finally, we'll look at the nervous system. With the nervous system, there are a lot of interactive labs and activities that we'll look at. We'll also look at the sheep brain. Because the sheep is a mammal, the sheep brain is very similar to the human brain. The next slide I've created are some learning goals to help your students stay organized in this hybrid learning model for this school year. So one way I plan to help your child be successful this year is to post a weekly agenda on Schoology every Monday. The weekly agenda will have a daily account of what students are expected to do in anatomy. Each one of those agendas will also clearly show deadlines for each of the assignments, and it will outline which assignments must be turned in through Schoology. Each student is expected to dedicate a minimum of 70 minutes per school day to this course. So even though I only see your child for 2 days of the week, your child is expected to continue with the other 3 days of the week with anatomy schoolwork, totaling about 70 minutes minimum per day. As stated before, my deadlines will be clearly posted on Schoology, and they will be strictly followed. When a student is absent, he or she is responsible for checking the daily agenda on Schoology for any missed assignments. I will not be tracking the student down and reminding them of some assignments that need to be turned in. I am setting the class up so that if students are absent for an extended period of time, they can easily check the weekly agenda to see what's missing, and they can keep up with the work that they've missed during that absence. Grades for this class will be calculated using the point system. For example, if your child took a quiz and the quiz was worth 20 points, but your child earned a 17, that score of 17 will go into the gradebook out of 20 points. Each quarter that your child is in my class will be weighted equally. So if they're taking the class first semester, quarter 1 will be worth 50% of their grade, and quarter 2 will also be worth 50% of their grade. I grade multiple assignments. I give quizzes often. We'll have a number of small tests. We'll have a few lab practicals. I will also be grading in-class assignments. My recommendation for you to keep up with how your child's progressing through this class is to look on PowerSchool. Although many grades will be recorded through Schoology, Schoology is not the best place to look for your child's current grade. I'm very good at updating PowerSchool, and I update it often. So if you want to know how your child's doing, please refer to PowerSchool and look at their grade in PowerSchool. There are a number of supplies that will be necessary for the anatomy course. I will provide each child with a textbook. The textbook is pictured on the right-hand slide. It's called Hole's Essentials of Human Anatomy and Physiology. So expect to see that textbook coming home. Your child will also need a set of 12 to 24 colored pencils. We look at a lot of diagrams and we label a lot of diagrams and we color in a lot of the diagrams. So it's really important to have a set of colored pencils. Learning through the visual process of coloring is actually very helpful in anatomy. I will also expect each child to have a notebook. It can be a 3-ring binder with loose leaf paper, or it can be a spiral notebook. I don't care what the format is for the notebook, but there will be many notes in this class, so a notebook is essential. I want to conclude my presentation today with a quick look at my classroom roles. They're really simple and easy to follow. They're be positive, be prepared, be respectful, and be on time. I don't anticipate any issues at this level with problems with the classroom roles. In conclusion, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to take a look at the expectations for anatomy this year. I know this school year will be a different school year in the hybrid model, but I know that it's going to be a very successful school year. I think your child will really enjoy anatomy. It's my favorite class to teach. We're going to have a lot of fun this school year. So again, thank you for taking time to watch the video. If you have any questions or concern, please don't hesitate to email me or to call me. And those were on the very first slide of the presentation if you need that contact information. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.